check it out. Spotify show. Every Tuesday and Thursday. Well, what do you know? Oh, it's the Spotify show.
What up? It's your boy, The Real Ghost, and I got Dr. Dankin here, and this is the Sportify show. And I have Dad here from Street Beef Scrapyard, and
Yeah.
we'd love to have him on
What's up?
Spotify. He's been a blessing.
Yeah.
So yeah, let's get into this. So
Get into it.
I got a question. What made you come up with that?
What made me come up with that name?
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I was like 24. I was feeling like I wasn't doing nothing with myself, so I was like, I'm gonna go out to the scrapyard and see what it is. Seen it on YouTube, and I was thinking of a name when I was getting ready to go out there, and all I've been doing since I was 17 years old was being a dad. Everybody calls me dad. My sister calls me dad. Even my mom calls me dad. So I was like, let's just go with it. Let's just rock it. It was supposed to be DAD, was like as an acronym. Supposed to be Dads Against Douchebags, but it kind of just turned into Dad.
Yeah, I seen.
Oh, okay.
Dads
Against Douchebags
in some of your fights.
Yeah.
Title of the show is Dad. Is that you? But anyways, Dr.
That's
King,
me.
any questions?
Yeah, actually, do you like when you're fighting? Are you more like standing strategy, or do you like to take them to the ground?
Well, I'm a boxer actually. I just box.
Oh, okay.
But man, I was a wrestler growing up, so it's kind of was all supposed to lead to MMA eventually because I felt like my ground game was good, but I had no hands. I had no stand-up game at all. So I was like, I'm gonna really dig deep into boxing. And then once I kind of started training in the gym boxing, I fell in love with it. So I was like, I just kind of stuck to that.
Dope. How do you manage that pressure in the octagon? And when you
I mean, to me, it's not like once the bell rings, it's like no pressure. I'm just playing. I'm just having a good time. Like for me, I don't know. It's something about it. I just like it. I say it all the time. I like getting punched. Once they hit me a couple times, we're good. Like there's no pressure after that. We're just going. We're just working our game plan and trying to stick to it. But for me, I just kind of move. I try to move forward the whole time. I don't try to run. I want to be pressing. I like the action.
And yeah, so the bell sounds like this.
Yeah. Ding ding.
Yeah. But yeah. How do you strategize against opponents with a very difficult fighting style? Like there's, of course, you're in a boxing. There's other mixed martial arts in that.
Well, usually when I go out to the scrapyard, I don't know who I'm fighting until I get there.
Ooh.
So I kind of just strategize the same way every time. I just install my game plan, which is usually just push forward, keep the jab out there, and the rest will work itself out. We'll go as the fight goes. But as long as I'm pressing forward, I'm on my front foot, and I'm being the first to throw, and I'm keeping my jab out there to set everything up, then the rest will come from there. I got to make them react in order for me to get what I want. So it's the same strategy every time. Push forward. It's only 3 rounds that we fight, but all 3 rounds you're going to have to be fighting because you ain't going to get a break.
Yeah.
That's hardcore, yeah.
Yeah. You got any more questions, Doctor?
Yeah, how do you see like weaknesses in your opponent? How do you strategize?
I usually start that at first round. That's what I come out. I'll throw a lot of feints. I'll fake the jab. You can also see like before the fight, you look them in the eye, and that stare down is key. You can see a lot from there. Their movement, they're going to react to certain things, and you kind of just go from there. What their reactions are, how they move their feet, what they're doing when you throw the jab or the hook or the uppercut, how they move, And then, it only takes about 30 seconds to a minute, and then you can kind of start working real good. So they're only 2-minute rounds, so that first minute's key, and then you got to just push the whole rest of the fight, I feel like.
So basically like Texas Hold'em, stare down before it happens.
Yeah, exactly. That, for me, I'm always staring them straight in the eye and a stare down. I'm there to fight. They better know it.
You can see the fear in the eye almost.
Yeah, some of them, you can just tell they're gonna run away, or they're gonna always be on the back foot. So I'm gonna have to really push the pressure and work my game plan. Some of them, you can tell they're ready to go, and they're gonna come at you straight out the gate, and you just gotta kind of weather the storm and then put it on them after that, because they'll tire themselves out. A lot of guys tire themselves out in that first 45 seconds. So if you can just get through that, a lot of guys, they're worn out already.
What is your dream matchup? Like, who you want to actually go against in the future?
Well, I actually, and from where I'm from, there's a guy, Viking Warrior, that I always wanted to fight. He just went pro at 185. Yeah. He's a boxer, and I always wanted to fight him. But for me, it's Jake Paul. That's when I started my YouTube way back in the day, and I started fighting. I called him out way back then. And it's kind of, I've been training and working, trying to get to that level to where, get on a KSI card or something, you know what I mean? And put my name out there. And like, I think he's a bum, man.
I feel like he pays his people.
I feel like that too, like I do.
That's my opinion. Send down everybody in the comment down below if you think he pays his opponents to win the fight. Because that's unorthodox in boxing.
Yeah, I think it's at least partially true.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, part of it's true for sure. Like,
I mean, we've seen the money payouts already. Like, we've seen people get paid out already. So
yeah, you seen that Mike Tyson fight?
Yeah, that was just a show.
That's crazy. I mean, it was a show.
Pony show. Yeah.
Hands in the
See, and that's what I'm saying. I'm not there. I'm there to put on a show for me. So ain't no money. I don't need no money. I got what I want, which is my kids and my family. So I make enough money for myself. I don't need all that. Millions, it don't matter. To me, it's my reputation. I was raised maybe in a different era, but to me, it's like my word is what I got. That's all I got, and so that's always been the matchup.
Yeah, forget the money, just the exposure right there.
Exactly. Yeah, I'll make enough money from that. You can keep your money.
Like, boom! Once they hear you fighting Logan Paul, there's all these sponsors coming in.
Yep.
Trying to get you to buy, or hey, wear this out of that fight, or wear this and that.
Yep, exactly. The money will be there just from that.
Yeah. You got any more questions, Doctor?
Yeah, like what fighter or who is your biggest inspiration?
Honestly, I've been watching boxing since I was a little kid. I remember ordering a pay-per-view on my TV when my mom told me no, and Mike Tyson knocked the guy out in like 13 seconds. But my favorite fighter growing up to watch was, his name's Jeff Left Hook Lacey. He was like a welterweight boxer. He was around Floyd's weight, maybe a little heavier, maybe super welterweight. But like his style was just pressure and hard hitting all the time. And like he really was an inspiration to me all growing up. Like I thought I was bad growing up. I thought I was a bad man. But when I got in the gym, I found out there's a lot of bad men out here. And you could get beat up, but that was a guy for me. Like he really made me want to box. He made me want to compete in general. Like his attitude towards his fight every time was like, damn, I want to be like that every day. And so that guy for me, Jeff Left Hook Lacey, for sure.
Yeah. Do you know any history about street beef or anything?
Yeah, well, it started by Scarface, Chris Wilmore over in Virginia. Shout out him. Shout out the original branch, the OG branch. Used to be called Satan's Backyard. It's now Showtime's Backyard. There's also a branch in Texas, one in Vegas, or around Vegas. I think it's Vegas. It's called Street Beef West Coast.
In Vegas, yeah.
Oh.
And then there's one out here. I'm in Gig Harbor, Washington. At that one, it's the Scrapyard. That's run by Fire Chicken, Steve Figuera. Shout out to him. But yeah,
these are
like they
just
started way back. I
amateurs
think
in
it's
the
10 or 15 years now. They started in Virginia and in Scarface's backyard, and then it kind of built from there. And then once he got big enough, other people wanted to start branches, and like they're on YouTube too, just under Street Beefs. I think it's official or Street Beefs original. I can't remember if they changed it, but it's just regular Street Beefs. It's like a snake logo. And he started it all.
Yeah.
Kind of just, I'd been watching it like 4 or 5 years before I went to the scrapyard. I didn't even know the scrapyard existed. I just knew about Street Beefs. And that's how I got started. But that's where it all started, was Virginia. And it was just a place where people could go solve their beefs instead of doing it in the street with guns and whatnot. Guns down, gloves up. That's their motto: guns down, gloves up. And at the scrapyard, we say glove up or shut up. So it's all just it's a vibe. Like it's a play, and it's family. It's family for life. There's no drama out there. It's just we go there to fight. We hang out. There's food, and it's that way at every one of the branches. Like that's what we are. We're a family. So it's like, and we travel between branches and everything. But the original start of it was a place where people could solve their beefs that wasn't in the street, and then it kind of turned into this thing that it is now.
Yeah, that's why I asked you, did actual Kimbo Slice come from there or no?
No, he had his own actual backyard fight thing in Miami. That's where Jorge Masvidal got his start too.
Oh, right.
Over there.
Miami's.
And yeah, he had his little thing over there. And that was an actual like fight club. They was betting on that. It was crazy. At Street Beefs, there's no money involved. The owner basically takes care of everything. You just sign up on Facebook, show up and fight. Anybody could do it.
Dang.
Or so they might think. Then you can get out there, and there's some real fighters out there. These guys are training in gyms, and this is just like doing a smoker show in the lower levels of boxing or MMA or whatever. It's just like doing a smoker show, but here they got like nurses, and they're legit, and like they don't try to screw you or nothing. They match you up with who they think level wise that would be a good matchup, and you put your level down when you sign up, and you get weighed, and they know your reach, and it's like a legit little organization, and it's like a smoker show though, and so it's like amateur fights. These guys are really working hard and training and trying to go somewhere. The guy I just fought last, his name was Malik Ogun. He just won Golden Gloves in Tacoma, Washington.
Nice.
So these are real fighters out here.
Man, I probably want to get in that. I'm in Vegas, so point me to the right direction.
Street Beefs West Coast, man. They're legit. They got good fighters out there too, and they're good people. They're all good people. So
it's been a while since I've been in the octagon. I'm a bit rusty. Anyways, yeah. How do you recover after injury, or have you ever got injury in that type of field?
Yeah, I've had minor stuff. I've never had major stuff, but for me, it's just self-care every day, like ice and stuff when it hurts. Taking baths helps, just like, and even like an ice bath or warm bath, whatever you want to do, like help those muscles really recover from that, because it's the muscles that take the most damage as you're training. Like the muscles are what's working the whole time. So I just focus on that, and like get enough, make sure you get enough sleep. Always stretch before, during, and after what you're doing. Always stretch, like even if it's just a little bit. If that part of your body's hurting, then stretch it more. If it's not hurting, then you can just stretch it like you normally would stretch it. But stretching is a big key. But for me, recovery is just self-care, preventative stuff, icing yourself down, using anything you can to help your body stay at the same level at all times. That's what I do.
Dope. Yeah.
I've never been hurt real bad or had anything crazy. I haven't had a concussion or nothing like that. So
what does your mind go through when you actually in the ring and all that? Is it blank, or are you thinking of what's your next move?
I'm kind of once we're going, I'm just like, I'm thinking about what he's gonna do, and I'm listening for my coach. So I'm just, I know I got to throw my jab. So it's just thinking about the fight. Like I'm just in the fight. Nothing else matters. That's why I love it so much, because I could have whatever going on at home, whatever drama, whatever stuff in my life, work sucks, whatever. When the bell rings, that's all there is. It's the fight. There's no drama. There's no worries. There's no nothing. It's just I'm fighting, and I got to get through this guy right now, or he's gonna go through me. And I'm just listening for my coach and focusing on what I got to do.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, okay. You got any more questions, Doctor?
Yeah. What do you do for cardio? Do you just hit the heavy bag, or what kind of things do you do?
Usually, so at my
stamina?
gym, shout out my gym, Columbia River Jiu-Jitsu, by the way. They're in Vancouver, Washington. If you ever want to train, they do drop-ins, all that stuff. Cool people. Anyways, I usually do my daily exercise, which is 60 jumping jacks, 60 squats, 60 push-ups, and it's all cardio because I'm constantly moving. I have to do all that stuff. So 60 push-ups, 60 sit-ups, and 15 burpees. I have to do it all in under 5 minutes.
Oh wow!
And I just recently started running too. Yeah, it's like HIIT intensity training.
High intensity
and so
training.
Then I started running. I've been doing 1.5 miles running, and then I do 3 days a week at the gym. I spar as well on top of that. And so like it's kind of a mix of everything. I feel like what usually runs out of energy now is my muscles don't want to work. My arms don't want to work in the last round. It's like it's harder for me to throw a punch as good as I could in the first round. So that's what I've been focusing on, is building my muscle endurance. So and in my gym we go 5-minute rounds and then 1 minute off, 5-minute rounds. We spar 5-minute rounds. So then when I go to the street beefs, it's only 2-minute rounds, so it's a little bit easier. So I feel like what's lacking is my muscle endurance, and so been doing more lifting, more push-ups, eating a little bit more healthy, eating more salads, and just like taking in a lot more proteins with the meat. And I've been drinking muscle milk. Shout out muscle milk, good stuff.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So that's what I've been doing. That's what I've been focusing on. I feel like that's where I'm lacking, is my power's lacking. But it's better. I feel stronger than ever right now. March 22nd, I'm fighting at the scrapyard. It's gonna be on millions.co. It's a pay-per-view. It's $20 or whatever. It's hella legit, and I'm gonna be fighting there. And I feel better than ever. I've never felt this good. So I'm 32, and I ain't never felt this good.
That's dope. Yeah. That goes with my next question. How do you balance the physical demand of training and recovering and resting? How do you balance it?
It's definitely hard to manage sometimes. Sometimes I go in a little sore. A lot of times I go in sore and beat up, but I kind of just get what I can. So like I'll get 4 hours of sleep. I'll go to work, get off work, come home, do some college homework because I go to college. And then I'll grab an hour nap, hang out with the kids when they get off school, and then I go into training. And then in between that, any 30 minutes I have or whatever, it's stretching, it's getting in the bath, it's taking a shower and putting some muscle rub on somewhere that hurts and just relaxing it, putting my feet up. Anytime I get is recovery besides working and hanging out with the kids and wife. My day's busy 24/7. I'm always doing something. And so just anytime I can get 10 minutes, 5 minutes, whatever, and just do a little preventative maintenance, that's the best thing you can do.
Yeah, that's dope. So basically, I heard pickle juice works. Have you tried that yet? When you're actually a little cramping up or sore?
Do what?
Pickle juice. Have you tried that?
Yeah, pickle juice works. I don't really like pickle juice, but my wife does. Sometimes I'll have her pour me a glass and I'll drink that. I drink a lot of the no sugar energy drinks, which have like the hydration in it, and then I have like a Circle water bottle that I keep on me right there at all times. But pickle juice works for real. Like when I'm out at the fights, I usually have a little cup of it in my fight bag just in case some cramps want to pop up. But I make sure to take care of that too. Like I eat a lot of bananas, and I make sure I'm I get massages all the time. Just to help those muscles get some relaxation. So it's always something. I'm always doing something to try to improve every day my physical ability or what have you.
Yeah. I got another one here. How do you strategize against opponents with very different fighting styles? Like your boxing. Did I say that? Yeah,
so I've been out the scrapyard like 4 years now. I've done kickboxing, BJJ, boxing. They all fight. Everybody fights a little different. And so the best thing you can do instead of strategize against them is strategize for you. So make sure your game plan is solid, stick to your game plan, and then adjust as we go. We know the basics. Once you're in there fighting, you've been training, you know the basics. You know what punches are what. You know what their weapons are. Now you just have to see how they use them. So you come in there with your best game plan that works for your style, which for me is using my jabs, staying at range, trying to stay up on my toes, and throwing big punches when they're there, which we've been working on a lot lately at the gym. So, but everybody's a little different, but the basics are the same. All the punches, all the kicks, it's all the same. It's just going to come from different angles at different times, different speeds. And you just got to adjust as you're in there, because you don't know until somebody's throwing a full on their hardest, trying to kick you in the face and knock you out or whatever. And then you just adjust as you feel things through the fight. You adjust.
Yeah, no, I used to know how to. Those were crucial times, especially training when I used to do all that too. But I did Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and Tai Chi.
Yeah,
I love the Tai Chi.
Jiu-Jitsu is good. I just started training that again at the gym too. So it's definitely a different level of cardio you got to have to be rolling around like that.
Yeah, that's when I was like 160 pounds, about 5'8", about 6 feet.
That's me. I'm like 5'9", 169.
Yeah. Hey, I was that in high school and college. And I was like, sheesh, I'm 30 now, so about 12 years ago.
Dang, 12 years ago.
Yeah,
make me feel old.
Oh, no. You're 2 years older than me, aren't you?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, nah, I'm feeling old when you just said that.
I'm 30. So, yeah, you're 2 years older than me.
Oh, like dang.
But yeah, last time I got in the ring was probably 19, 20 years old. And I moved out of state, and they want.
I feel like it's good. I feel like it's good for everybody to get in.
Yeah. Dope. Yeah.
I just got up off the couch one day and was like, I'm gonna fight, and then I got beat up.
Yeah, that's what somebody told me about Power Slap. We just interviewed somebody that. He was just floating around one day, just won a full round sign up, and he actually got picked, and he won his last match too, and all that.
Oh damn!
Yeah. He's. I think.
I mean, they're making good money. They're making good money over at Power Slap. Power Slap's legit.
Yeah, I think he had his match yesterday. I'm not sure. They said
we have some guys that come out to the scrapyard that are. Power Slap guys. Amir Nuruddin, he fought at the scrapyard. He's a Power Slap guy. Busta Nutting is his fight name. He did Power Slap too as well. So we're kind of interconnected at the scrapyard with all those people, all that fight people, all that stuff. Right?
On the show on purpose. We need people in the SPORTIFY show. But Dad, tell them where they can find you at, and when is your next match, and all that.
All right, you can find me on Instagram. Gosh, I had all this written down, and now I can't find my paper. I don't even know my freaking own Instagram name. It's changed so many times since I did. Well, I had my YouTube. I had this YouTube video that went to 18 million views. Then some crazy people got on my Instagram, and I had to change my whole name, and like. It's shit's been going crazy, and like my Facebook got hacked the other day. You can find me on Facebook at Matthew Taylor. I am on Instagram. If you go through Street Beef Scrapyard, it's like Dad Taylor 1234 or something, but I can't freaking remember it because I had to change it already 3 times now.
Wow.
I'm on TikTok at Dad Scrapper. I have my store, dadshouse.or. It's a Shopify store. I have that. You just type in dadshouse.or. You can hit me up there. My Instagram is on that page at dadshouse.or. There's a link to it. You just got to click it. I sell a bunch of products on there. And you can always just hit me up whenever on Facebook Messenger. I usually write everybody back, or try to if they're legit. There's some crazy people out here. But my next match is March 22nd at the Scrapyard. I'm gonna also be fighting my first amateur fight this year, at an amateur promotion, Northwest Championships in Vancouver on May 17th. I plan on going full amateur with it through USA Boxing or some other avenue or whatever, and get those fights together and go pro eventually. So I'm looking for sponsorship for all of that stuff at all times. Best place to find me is Facebook. I'm always on there. But if you go to dadshouse.or on any web browser, my Instagram's right there, my Facebook, all that's connected to that. It's also all connected to my TikTok and all that at Dad Scrapper on TikTok. So that's where you can find me. That's what I'm doing. I'm always looking for the next fight. So you can always hit me up, come out to the scrapyard, and we can fight whoever it is. Or, I'm always trying to fight the big names out there. Salt Poppy, what's up?
Yeah, it's like that show, moving on up.
Exactly.
I don't want to get copyrighted. I don't want copyright, that's why I stopped. Anyways, thank you for being on here, Dad, and all that.
Yes.
Make sure everybody on the Facebook, check us out on YouTube, or vice versa. The Sportify Show, one on YouTube, and Facebook, the Sportify Show. And Dad, you say, you know what time it is.
You know what time it is.
You heard it from Dad.